Hey guys, it's Deep in Frank, and today we're going to talk about the best thing I've ever found to add to a swimming pool. Less chemical cost, fewer algae problems, more stable water, and it also feels better. What if I told you there was something you could add to your swimming pool that could help you use fewer chemicals, slow down your pH rise, make algae easier to manage, help your pool recover faster after storms and equipment failures, make the water look better, and even make it feel better on your skin? And after the initial dose, most of it stays in the pool. You just have to top it off once in a while. I know it sounds like I'm ready to sell you a bottle of magic pool juice. I'm not. There are no miracle chemicals in swimming pools. But after nearly decades in the swimming pool business, maintaining a few hundred pools every week and trying just about every new idea that promised to make pool care easier, borates are probably the best thing I've ever added to a swimming pool. And I didn't come to that conclusion from reading the back of a bucket. I came to it after accidentally putting my own pool through one heck of a test. It all started with Bob Lowry, the late, great Bob Lowry. I've always looked for a better way to maintain pools, not necessarily the way everybody else is doing it. I want to know why we're doing it, whether it actually works, how it works, and whether there's a better way. Years ago, I began reading and following the work of the now late, great Bob Lowry, one of the people I respected tremendously in pool water chemistry. One of the things Bob advocated was the use of borates. So around 2018, I started experimenting with borates. We had a few hundred pools on service. Before I was going to start putting another chemical into hundreds of customers' pools, I wanted to see the results for myself. My own pool became one of the guinea pigs. And because I can't leave anything alone, I wasn't exactly conservative with the testing. I ran my own pool at levels of over 50 parts per million. And that's the level we eventually standardized all our pools on. Then came the summer of 2019. It was the last Friday in July. I decided I was taking the day off, firing up my big green egg, and actually swimming in my own swimming pool. But I hadn't been in my pool since Memorial Day. Nobody had. I don't normally service my own pool. One of my route technicians takes care of the chemistry. I'm constantly testing robotic cleaners, so the robot handles most of the debris and I do the brushing. I just have one of our service techs come by weekly to test and add chemicals. I walked outside that Friday and the pool looked perfectly normal. Actually, it looked great. Clear water, no green steps, no algae in the corners, nothing that would make a pool professional think there was a problem. So I walked down the steps, finally dunked my head under the water and came back up, and whoa, the water smelled nasty. Think stock tank. It was gross, stagnant water. It definitely did not smell like a chlorine treated pool, and definitely not something I wanted to swim in. I live about 3 minutes from our North Richland Hills Porix location, so I grabbed a water sample and headed up there. I tested the water and there was zero chlorine. Now, I wasn't thinking about borates anymore. I was thinking, which one of my technicians thinks it's okay to not put chlorine in the boss's pool? I went in the office and found Debbie, our scheduling manager. Debbie, who is servicing my pool? She started looking through the schedule. Debbie was like, well, Gerardo was doing it till the second week of June, but he picked up a few other pools. So that day for him got really busy, so I pulled it off of him. And she keeps looking and she keeps looking and she looks confused, and then she pauses. I did not schedule anybody else to service your pool since Gerardo stopped. We had simply forgotten it existed on our routes. 6 weeks, July, North Texas, zero chlorine. Think about that for a minute. This wasn't January. The pool had been through heat, rain, wind, summer storms for approximately 5 to 6 weeks. Nobody added chlorine. Yet I could still see the screws in my main drain cover. There was no visible algae. Now here comes the important part. Do not try this at home. Borates is meant to be a helper, not a sanitizer. The water was not properly sanitized. Borates are not sanitizers. They don't replace chlorine. They don't make zero chlorine acceptable. And that bacteria that was causing that nasty water smell was enough for me to know I wasn't swimming until the pool was properly sanitized again. but I couldn't ignore what I was looking at. Why wasn't my pool green? Before I started experimenting with borates, my pool could occasionally show a little bit of algae, like after a major storm or something, or after we had a big party and I didn't add extra chlorine. It usually show up in the corner of, one of the steps or maybe a bench or two. But here I was in late July after roughly 5 to 6 weeks without normal chemicals, and I couldn't see any algae. Was algae present? Almost certainly. I'm sure that there was some algae living in my pool. A pool doesn't have to look green to contain algae. By the time we can actually see an algae bloom, we are looking at an enormous population of algae. Borates don't sterilize algae. They don't necessarily kill it. What they do is act as an algae stat. They make it more difficult for algae to grow and multiply. And apparently my algae was having a very bad summer. I don't want somebody reading this and thinking, Frank says I can add borates and turn my pump off for 6 weeks. No. My pool has excellent circulation. I turn the water over more than 3 times per day during the summer. My returns are positioned properly, the filter is maintained, the robot keeps debris out, and I brush the pool. So although sanitizer disappeared, several of the other pieces needed to control algae were still working. Borates didn't do this alone, but I'm convinced they gave the pool a tremendous advantage. That experience was enough for me to say, we're doing this. By the following spring, we had moved all of our service pools to approximately 50 parts per million of borates. Then Mother Nature decided to give us a much bigger test. Snowmageddon. In February of 2021, if you lived in Texas, you remember it. Pools froze, pumps cracked, filters broke, heaters split, plumbing broke. Equipment pads looked like something had gone through them with a sledgehammer. Then we ran into another problem. We couldn't get replacement equipment for a large percentage of those pools. The supply chain was a mess. COVID was going on. Some pools remained without normal circulation for weeks, some of them all the way through summer. And North Texas wasn't going to wait patiently for replacement pumps to arrive. It got hot. That should have been an algae disaster. And for many people it was. But for our pools, the pools that we could not circulate, that were down, we were able to keep many of them from having algae blooms with no circulation. We pushed the borates above 50 parts per million, added sanitizers as best we could, and used robotic cleaners to create movement and remove debris while we waited for equipment. Were those pools perfect? No. Did borates magically replace the circulation system? Absolutely not. But we were able to manage those pools through circumstances that should have produced some spectacular swamps. We didn't experience the uncontrollable algae blooms I would have expected from pools sitting compromised deep into a North Texas summer. That was the second time borates really convinced me it's a real answer. My own pool in 2019 could have been dismissed as one unusual pool. In 2021, we were dealing with the real world. Lots of pools, lots of different conditions, lots of equipment failures, and the same basic lesson kept showing up. Borates gave us a huge advantage. And what have we seen after years of using borates? This isn't based on a 2-week experiment anymore. We've now used borates across our service route for years. Our experience is pools maintained with borates require roughly 25 to 35% less of our pool chemicals overall. That's our service company experience, not a promise that adding borates will cut every homeowner's chemical bill by exactly 30%. Every pool is different, but across hundreds of pools, the difference has been significant enough that we continue using them. We use less chlorine. Borates don't replace chlorine, but reducing algae pressure can reduce one source of chlorine demand. In our trichlor pools, that means fewer tablets, and fewer tablets means we're adding less CYA through the summer. That makes CYA much easier to manage. We use less acid. This may be my favorite chemistry benefit. Borates provide additional buffering against pH rise. They don't lock pH at one magical number. You're still going to test and adjust pH. You're still going to occasionally add acid, but pH tends to climb more slowly, giving us a wider, more manageable operating window. In North Texas, we're constantly fighting rising pH. That's huge. And if you own a saltwater chlorine pool, you may appreciate this benefit even more. The pools stay more balanced. When pH isn't running away from you every few days, maintaining the rest of the water balance becomes easier. Less chasing, fewer corrections, more stability. That's what I want from pool chemistry. I don't want pool chemistry that creates new problems while solving problems. The water just simply looks better. This is harder to put on a test strip, but we see it. Customers see it. People routinely describe borate-treated water as having more clarity or sparkle. I don't sell borates based on sparkle, but I'll happily take it. The water feels better. This is another benefit that's somewhat subjective, but it's one we hear repeatedly. People describe the water as softer or silkier on their skin. It's somewhat similar to what swimmers notice in salt pools. Again, I can't put feels awesome into my tailored test kit, but enough people notice that I'm comfortable telling you it's something you may notice also. Storm recovery or party recovery is easier. This is a big one for us. A North Texas thunderstorm can dump several inches of rain into a pool, wash dirt and organics into it, and dilute chemistry and consume chlorine. Before borates, we'd sometimes spend days chasing pools after major weather events. With borates, properly maintained pools tend to be much more forgiving. Get the debris out, restore the sanitizer, correct the chemistry, keep the water moving, and we're usually back in business much faster. The same applies when a pump goes down for a couple of days. Borates don't make the problem disappear, they buy us a margin of error. And in the pool business, margin of error is worth money. Here's what I really like. They don't create another weekly problem. A lot of pool additives have baggage. Some metal-based algicides can introduce copper, which can become a staining problem. Some treatments can create filter loading or cleanup headaches. Some products solve today's problems and hand you another one next month. Borates are different. Once they're properly established in the water, they don't evaporate. They aren't consumed every week like chlorine. You primarily lose them when you lose pool water, backwashing, splash out, overflow, leaks or draining, or you've replaced your water with fresh water. That's why the first dose is the expensive one. Using boric acid, our initial dose to reach roughly 50 parts per million is around 3 pounds per 1,000 gallons. That's a lot of product. A 20,000 gallon pool could require roughly 60 pounds of borates, but you don't add another 60 pounds next month. On our average service pool, we're typically topping off only about 5 to 10 pounds 2 or 3 times per year, depending on how much water that pool loses and replaces. If your pool has a leak, however, fix the leak before you buy borates. Otherwise, you're basically buying expensive powder and sending it underground. Borates are not the answer in a bucket. Here's where I'm going to disappoint somebody. You still have to have good turnover. You can't have bad circulation, a dirty filter, piles of leaves on the floor, 0 chlorine and 50 parts per million in borates, and then call me because you have algae. Well, you can call me. You just aren't going to like my answer. Borates make a properly maintained pool easier to maintain. That's completely different from making maintenance unnecessary. We still have occasional borate pool develop algae. Usually something has gone wrong. Poor circulation, not enough pump runtime, dirty filter, equipment failure, repeated heavy rains, debris left in the pool, pool brushing, and inadequate sanitizer. Borates can't overcome everything. They're an advantage, not Superman. Here's why I prefer boric acid. There are several ways to introduce borates into a swimming pool. We primarily use boric acid. It's easy to apply and has far less impact on pH than adding a high alkaline borate such as borax and then having to add a significant amount of acid to compensate. I already spend enough of my life trying to keep pH from going up. I'm not interested in paying for a product that raises it intentionally so I can pay for another product to bring it back down. That's pool chemical job security. I'm trying to put myself out of work. So are borates the best thing you can add to your pool? For me, yes. Not because they're magic, because they help several things at once without creating the kinds of recurring maintenance headaches I see with many other supplemental pool products. They help resist pH rise, they help suppress algae growth, they can reduce chlorine demand, our pools use fewer chemicals, our trichlor pools consume fewer tabs, which helps us manage CYA, the water stays more stable, storm recovery is easier, the water looks fantastic, people tell us it feels better, and after the initial dose, maintaining the borate level is relatively inexpensive because most of it remains in the water. Save money and make your pool easier to maintain. How do you beat that? But don't forget the part that makes all of this work, the 5 pillars. Brush the pool, remove debris, create good circulation, Run enough water through your filtration system. Maintain your filter. Keep the sanitizer levels and water balance where it belongs. Then add borates. Check all those boxes and now you've got something. Borates are not a miracle in a bucket, but after using them on hundreds of North Texas pools for years, surviving summer storms, equipment failures, and even snowmageddon, they're the closest thing I found to giving the pool and the person taking care of the pool an unfair advantage. Make sure you like, follow, share this video with somebody that may need it, and we'll see y'all next time.